Have you ever wondered how our ego can sway our perception and understanding of those around us? Let's take a journey into the mind of a person who believed they had this understanding down to a science. They were certain they had the ability to read people like an open book, confident in their ability to decipher the hidden meanings behind every gesture, every word, every breath. They studied body language, delved into the intricacies of human behavior, and observed the subtle cues that could reveal a person's true intentions. They believed they could feel the aura of people, distinguishing the genuine from the fake. They had a profound understanding of the way people sit, the way they breathe, the way they behave when they are calm or agitated, confident or shy. In their mind, they had constructed an elaborate system to categorize people, to predict their actions, to anticipate their thoughts, to sense their feelings. They thought they could see through the masks that people wear, that they could peel back the layers of pretense and deception to reveal the truth underneath. They were confident that they could sense resentment, detect hostility, feel the undercurrents of unspoken tensions. They were certain they knew when people were being sincere or when they were just putting on a show. They believed they could tell when someone was planning something sinister or when they were genuinely trying to help. They thought they had an uncanny ability to sense the realness or fakeness in people. This person believed they had a deep and profound understanding of human nature. They were confident in their ability to navigate the complex maze of human interactions, to see through the illusions that people create, to understand the motivations that drive people's actions. But then, a realization dawned upon me, shattering my confidence in my understanding of people. The truth was, I was wrong. My ego had blinded me to the reality of people and situations. I had become a prisoner to my own perceptions, blinded by my ego, unable to see the truth. It was a harsh awakening, a bitter pill to swallow. But swallow it, I did. I began to reflect on the many times I had rushed to judgment, the countless moments I had dismissed someone's sincerity or applauded someone's deceit, based solely on my own ego-driven assumptions. The more I reflected, the more I realized how often my judgments were misplaced, how frequently my ego had led me astray. The friend I had dismissed as insincere was just shy and socially awkward. The colleague I had praised for his honesty was merely a master of manipulation. My ego had painted these pictures, and I had accepted them as reality without question. But the truth, the real truth, was far different. I had allowed my ego to dictate my perceptions, to cloud my judgment. I had given it the power to create a world that revolved around my beliefs, my assumptions, my prejudices. But this world was a mirage, an illusion crafted by my ego. The real world, the one outside my ego's influence, was a different place entirely. This realization was like a slap in the face, a wake-up call. I had been living in a world of my own making, oblivious to the reality around me. I had allowed my ego to blind me, to distort my perception of people and situations, but no more. I decided then and there to break free from the shackles of my ego, to see the world as it truly is, not as my ego would have me believe. I made a promise to myself to be more open, more understanding, more accepting. The key point was, I thought I knew everything, but in reality, I knew nothing. This was a hard truth to accept, but accept it, I did. And with that acceptance came a newfound freedom, a liberation from the constraints of my ego. It was a reality check I desperately needed, and one I will never forget. Our ego can trap us in a cycle of negativity and judgment. That's right, our ego. It's a tricky thing, isn't it? It has a way of distorting our perception of the world around us, making us think we're in the driver's seat when, in fact, we're just along for the ride. When we view the world through the lens of our ego, we're not seeing things as they are. We're seeing them as we are. We're not engaging with people as they truly exist, but rather as caricatures we've painted in our minds, based on our own prejudices, fears, and insecurities. This ego-driven perception can lead us down a dangerous path. It can make us quick to judge and slow to understand. It can make us see enemies where there are friends, and threats where there are opportunities. It can make us see the world in black and white, when in reality, it's a kaleidoscope of colors. This distorted perception doesn't just affect the way we see others, it affects the way we see ourselves. It can make us overestimate our abilities, leading to hubris and complacency. It can make us underestimate our worth, leading to self-doubt and insecurity. It can make us hypercritical of our flaws, leading to self-loathing and despair. But the most insidious thing about this ego-driven perception is how it can poison our relationships. It can make us defensive and combative, always ready to fight and rarely willing to forgive. It can make us dismissive and condescending, always looking down and rarely looking within. It can make us suspicious and paranoid, always seeing ulterior motives and rarely seeing genuine intentions. This is the danger of ego-driven perception. It can trap us in a cycle of negativity and judgment, where we're always on the defensive, always on the attack, always on the lookout for threats. We thought we were being cautious, but in reality, we were being pessimistic. The world isn't as hostile as our ego would have us believe. We just need to step out of our own way and let reality speak for itself. But there's a way out of this ego-driven perception: truthfulness. Being truthful with oneself and others is the first step towards breaking free from the chains of ego. It's about acknowledging that we don't know everything, and that's okay. It's about accepting that our perceptions can be flawed, and that's okay too. When we embrace truthfulness, we begin to see people and situations as they truly are, not as we want them to be. We start to understand that our judgments and assumptions were just illusions, created by our egos to protect us from the unknown. Being truthful leads to a calmer and more positive life, because it frees us from the constant need to analyze and judge. It allows us to truly connect with others, to truly appreciate the world around us. So let go of the illusion that you know everything. Embrace truthfulness and enjoy your life.